Hey everyone, this is Jim here. I've got my Green Mountain Jim Bowie here, and I want to just go over the drip trays, the differences between the one piece and the two piece. So first off, you can see right off the bat, the two piece, this is only the bottom piece of the two piece, has this half crescent or half moon cut out in it. Just like the manual states, that is supposed to go to the thermal sensor side. The one piece, there's an old version which is steel, and then there's a new one that's just stainless steel, but they both have this hole in them. That's the cutout goes to the thermal sensor side. Another way to tell the difference is by just looking at the other end. If you'll notice the other end, right away you'll notice one's got the crescent cut out in it, and that's what gets confusing to everybody. But this bigger end here where it drops down about 2 inches versus the other end is only about 3/4 of an inch. That bigger end here is the exact same on both. That always goes down to the chimney side of the grill. So let me just show you here quick installing it. You'll notice there is a ledge right here, and there's also a ledge right here. That is what you actually rest your drip tray on. So we'll start out with the one piece. Slides right in there. And then I like to actually pull it forward. You can sit it in there pretty much wherever you want. What you don't want is you do not want this thermal sensor right here touching the drip tray. So that is the one-piece drip tray installed completely. If we take this out, I will show you the two-piece. So the two-piece goes in, again, the crescent end goes on the thermal sensor side, with the bigger drop on the chimney side. So there's the one part of the two-piece installed. And let me grab the other part here. You'll have to forgive me, these have not been cleaned in quite a while. Alright, so the second part of the two-piece sits on here. You'll notice when we pull this out, you'll notice these little bumps. There's 4 of them, one in each corner. The top piece has a little bit bigger one. That's also facing the same direction. What you'll notice is when you put the drip tray on there, it actually will ride right inside this little thing. So it allows you right there, my holes are open, so I can do more of a direct, indirect grilling. And then if you close them, you can either go that way or you can go, I would recommend coming down because you don't want to cover up your heat sensor. And that would be in the closed direction. So one other thing while I'm doing this video is I don't have my Davy Crockett with me in front of me, but I do have the drip trays, so let's just talk about those real quick. So the Davy Crockett drip tray has the one piece has the half moon cut out of it. Again, you'll notice it's not as big and defined as the Jim Bowie or Daniel Boone drip trays, but it does have this angled end. This is the chimney side. This is the thermal sensor side. So that will sit in the Davy Crockett, very similar to how it does in the bigger grills. And then again with the one piece or with the two piece, it's the same, pretty similar setup as the Daniel Boone and Jim Bowie. So you've got your angled piece here, you have your half moon here. The half moon again goes towards the thermal sensor side. And one thing I didn't note on this for the Jim Bowie, but on the top part of the two-piece, you want to make sure these ridges right here are facing up, not down. And then it'll actually sit down inside these ridges right here. And you'll see there's a ridge right there covered up with a bunch of garbage. So that will sit in there, and then it allows it to move back and forth. So again, you have your direct, indirect grilling. So that's because the reason I call it direct, indirect is you still do have your heat shield that's blocking the direct flame. So it's not a true direct, but you would have that. It's going to allow more heat to come up through. and then you close it off like that. And then that's more of like the one-piece heat shield. So let me know if this is helpful or not helpful. I'll go ahead and post this on the Green Mountain site.